Hey, good evening, Pahrump. I'm Dr. Michael Reiner, and this is Creig Christensen here, right?
Yep.
Dr. Creig Christensen. Anyway, we're going to do this live shot here, both of us. That's how we're going to be doing the show, and anytime Creig can be here on time, or if I'm not here on time, which is probably more likely than you not being here on time, he will start the show, and then I will join in. So, and of course, sorry I didn't make it last weekend, and I guess you had a better excuse than I did. I want to congratulate Creig on getting married.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a wonderful thing. And his wife is Anna, and she's at his clinic, a very vital part of that, as all good wives are. Behind every good person, there's a better wife or a better partner, right? I agree with that. So anyway, of course, live show, no recorded message on there, so please feel free to call in and with your questions, either medical or physical therapy or chiropractic related. We're happy to answer those. And you were just talking about, you saw a drop off in your office a little bit today. You thought maybe school was out or something?
this time of year, what happens with school being off, getting out, I think the kids graduate this week. We typically see a drop off because people are focusing on family, people are focusing on their kids. So, I mean, it's not unusual.
Yeah. Hey, we have Ray on the phone. Ray, are you there, Ray?
That's great.
Ray, there you go.
Yeah, I saw on 60 Minutes yesterday, or part of 60 Minutes, about this modified polio virus being used to treat brain cancer. It seems to be successful so far. The only problem is how long is it going to take before they actually get it into the public. They'll be experimenting. The FDA said they're going to put it on a fast track, but it may be years. But I also been reading a book that Chuck Augustine has given me called The Rick Simpson Story. And Rick Simpson claims that he has been helping a lot of people with all types of cancer with an oil extracted from the hemp plant, from the marijuana plant. It's called RSO oil. And that a regular regimen of it has cured all kinds of different cancers. Are you aware of either one of these situations as far as the modified polio virus, where they actually take out the part that paralyzes people? That's what they said on TV. Or on this RSO, which is an oil extracted, given orally to people from the marijuana plant, or topically for skin cancer. If you can talk about either one of these, I appreciate it. And welcome back. And nice to see you. Like I say, 2 doctors, no waiting. I'll call back later.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't hang up. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay. I had this thought as I was coming back on the show. You know, you call in regularly, and I wanted to say that personally, I appreciate you, not for just calling in, but I appreciate you out on the street, you know, waving the Bill of Rights and flagging people down, you know, as a flag man, and making people aware of what their constitutional and what their Bill of Rights. And there's a lot more under the surface that even I understand or that we're taught. And I just wanted to say thank you for what you do when you're out there, and thank you for calling into the show. I think it's really kind of cool that, you know, you're so passionate about those things. And a lot of people, I truly believe that this thing we're facing today, and I'm going to be a little political, is that the fact that they're not learning our Bill of Rights and what our true constitutional rights are. And by not teaching them, that means when they take them away, people won't know they're taken away because they won't know what they are to begin with.
That's called the dumbing down of America.
That's right. Well, I'm going to start my 19th year on the 26th of May.
Yeah.
And
Great.
That's actually walking on the street. And in my 14th year in the courts, I'm in the court just about every day, whenever there's any kind of action. If it's a dark day, I'm not in the court.
Yeah.
And I just want to applaud something as far as regarding the Bill of Rights. On Friday, Judge Wonker found in favor of the 4th Amendment, where a cop went in and seized a bunch of marijuana plants, and the woman was being charged. It was actually, I'll tell you her name, Heidi Fleiss. Wonker said it was a 4th Amendment violation because they had no search warrant. And that's important. You cannot just go in because you think you can. And that's what the problem with the badges are. I got a badge, and I can search, and I can stop crime or whatever. You got to go by the Constitution. It was a 4th Amendment violation, and Wonker said these charges are discharged because the cop didn't act properly. So I feel good when I see something like that in court. And I just wanted to share it with you gentlemen.
Yeah,
tonight.
that is
great.
good, and again, thanks for calling in, and thanks for doing what you do. I just wanted to let the viewers know how much I'm a supporter of what you do, and appreciate that. So
You almost got me blushing, Doc. Cut it out.
oh, I'm very grateful. I think, you know, we're facing a very tumultuous time in this country. We're facing a political season that is very scary for a lot of people out there, but and I think that it's time to really realize that to get down to really what matters most, and that is our constitutional rights and supporting those people that are going to support us, because we are the people. We are the reason this country exists, and we need to make sure that we continue to support that and realize that we all have a lot at stake here, a lot.
Well, thank you so much, and I'll call in later, okay?
You bet. You bet.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you, Ray.
So the virus thing, I can only say that I know what we're dealing with here is that there are oncogenes. We do have genetic genes that can form cancer. We also have viruses that can actually form cancer, and we also can manipulate things. I mean, I don't know a lot about the genetics of what they do, but when you see that thing for the Microsoft Cloud, and they're, you know, analyzing genomes and they're doing things of that nature, it's incredible what is available to medicine today, how long that will come into the forefront, and as we start to change the face of how we treat cancer, things evolve. Sometimes they evolve fast. I've seen the FDA do things where they actually, they'll stop studies when they're dangerous for people, but when a drug really does something well, they fast track it. So they're not totally motivated by money. I know my stepdad recently had an aortic valve replaced. Now he has emphysema, he has a bad heart, he has diabetes, he has other diseases, and they actually have an endograft now for the aortic valve. So if you have aortic stenosis or aortic insufficiency, where you pump the blood and it comes back in, they actually do an endograft. That endograft is not approved, but it is FDA. I mean, they had to go through a special thing to get that approved for them. And so these things are available, and they do there. So we can only have a little faith in the system that maybe one day, you know, they will cure that. And I don't know if you know, I know nobody really knows what marijuana, everything that marijuana does.
I have heard and read some very positive things on the chemical that they're not using the THC, the stuff that gives you the euphoria, but they're using the other substance that's
CBDs
in marijuana. Yeah, and there's some very promising things coming out on it related to the treatment of cancer, anxiety, and other situations. And of course, here in this country, they don't study it as much and they don't use it as much. But you know, a lot of people are going down to South America, down into Mexico to get these treatments. And you know, I guess when you have cancer, you'll try just about anything.
Sure.
But they have had some promising results using it.
And that statement is very, very crucial, because there are a lot of people out there that will take advantage of people that are desperate, because the old saying that desperate people do desperate things, and it's very true. I mean, if you're desperate for a cure, and you're afraid of chemotherapy, you're afraid of what the system offers here, you may reach out. And I've heard the horror stories of people that have been sucked into that. You know, they go outside the United States, where the U.S. has no policing action on people like that. So, you know, it's a buyer beware for just about everything. And even when you buy something bad, there's no guarantee you're going to get at that. I still think really prevention is the cure.
Yeah,
it's the key. And I think that lifestyle modification, and that's one of the things that maybe when we come for a break, we'll talk about the philosophy that what we want to do at the wellness clinic about how to getting out of some of the traditional medicine roles where, you know, we wait for the disease to happen and then we're painted in the corner to fix it, as opposed to trying to educate people how to change their lifestyles so that they can be better suited. They can get the most out of their life, because I believe you give a finite amount of years. It's what you do with them that's the most important. Are you going to get to the grave and slide in on a banana peel? Or are you going to be basically one of these things that you have to crawl in there in a miserable last few years of your existence, and then you fall into your grave? I think it's all about choices. It's always been about choices, about the choices you make.
And it's about quality, the quality of life,
Yeah.
at the beginning and at the end.
But nobody really wants to give up, so you'll suffer. I mean, people suffer immensely in the last years of their life. I mean, it's this thing called 90 and 90. You spend 90% of your healthcare dollars in the last 90 days of your life, and the reason is because you get sick before you die, okay? And the government's done that for years, and so that's why some of these, you know, when Obamacare was out there, you heard about, oh, the death tribunals or the death panels, but as medicine starts to evolve into more preventative medicine, you're going to see emphasis being placed on that, and that's what Medicare, you know, you got the health quality initiative programs. They want people to be treated for their diabetes. They want people to be treated for that. So we'll discuss that when we come right after the break. We'll be right back, and again, thanks for tuning in to a great live show of the Independent Doctors of Pahrump. Thank you. Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Reiner, your host of the Independent Doctors of Pahrump, a TV show that airs Monday night on Channel 46. I want to remind you that I am a practicing physician in Pahrump, and I'm an independent practitioner, which means I am not bought by any insurance company or corporate medicine. We provide the highest level of care. We have nurse practitioners. We have other physicians, specialists who come to our office. Please come visit me. I'm at 1316 East Calvada here in the heart of Pahrump. Thank you.